Hello. Can you hear- Where's everybody? Good evening, everyone. Please confirm that you can see me clearly and that you can hear me. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Nobody's saying anything. Are you guys shy? So no on anything. Please, where's everyone? Miss Fola, can you reach out? Please, can you reach out to everyone, probably privately, and tell them we're live? Please let's wait for some more people to join in before we can before we can begin. Is that okay? Oh, I can see your chat now. Amazing. Hi, Miss Wala. Dr. Joy, thank you so much for being here. Laya, thank you. Okay, you can hear me. Please bring your classmates in here so that they can be a part of the class too. I need them to, I need for everyone to begin together so nobody will be lost as to journey through. Please, we're only going to be here for 12 sessions, and if you miss the first one, I don't know, it may be a struggle finding you. Miss Fala, have you reached out to everyone? Mary, I'm sorry about that. Is it a technical fault from your end, or is it something we can take care of for you? Mr. Josh, are you here? Thank you so much, Laya. Please check the group. If there's anyone that's not here, you could actually call them because of course we cannot raise our kids in a bubble, right? If 12 of us made a commitment to be here, we should be here, correct? We're just going to wait for 5 minutes and we'll begin. I get that we're all busy, but please, can you do me this favor? Commit the next 12 weeks to being present. It's just for an hour, 30 minutes every night. I understand you need to get things done, but this is about the most important. It's not like I'm trying to trivialize everything else you have going in your life, but if if building systems that would make your parenting life or parenting journey easier, yes, not important. It's not important enough to prioritize. Then I really do not know. I don't know. We are six on the track now. 6 out of 12. I mean, so if you know anyone who's not here personally, please reach out to them. Probably grab your phone and call them. All right, so that we can begin in the next 3 minutes. We'll just breeze through the outline and what to expect from this program, and we'll be done. It's going to be a very short one. 8/12. Woohoo! We're doing it. Well done, everyone. Thank you for reaching out to your classmates. We need a few more people. Hi, Mr. Josh. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Tara. Tara of the Most High. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. We're almost there. In 2 more minutes, we will begin. And I hope that in 2 minutes, The others will join us. So while we wait, how did your day go? Using an emoji, can you tell me how your day went? How did my day go today? What happened today? What happened to me today? Oh, my day was fun. My day was fun, like really fun. How did your day go? Can you tell me with an emoji? Can you tell me with an emoji how did your day go? In 1 minute precisely, we will begin, whether or not everyone is here. I think we're just going to record the class, and I'm afraid if during the next class everybody's not complete, we would have to work with the only people that will be here. Now, I usually do not work with the game of numbers. I believe that when we make commitment as to what we want to do, I will show up. So even if I end up with three people, yeah, who are just going to work with those. So anybody who's not present, I may pardon you for tonight, probably because it's the first time around or it's the first rodeo, right? Because I got someone to help us out with the trauma elicitation and healing bit. You know, a lot of us parents are working with childhood trauma that, oh my god, we have no idea. Like the night, it was sometime in June, I think of 2022 or 2023, no, 2022, that I went through my own session. It was, hi, Edisa, welcome. It was, hey, Edesiri. It was, I don't know, all sorts of emotions. I cried my eyes out. Thanks, Miss Fola. I cried my eyes out that night. It was painful. It was really, really painful because I did not even know that I was carrying that much pain around with me. Hi, Miss Fola. I'm glad your day was fine. So I can't have that person come in. Of course, you know that these sessions are actually not cheap. If you've had coaching sessions before with people, such personalized systems are of course pricey. So I won't have him come in to do sessions with us, and there'll be 5 people out of 12. So if I'm having only 5 dedicated people, well, from next week, every other person will be let out of the group. I'm sorry, because this is a huge commitment. If we're going to slam the label on ourselves that we're legacy conscious, I feel like commitment, right? Commitment to promises we've made is one way to be legacy conscious. So I'm going to pardon a lot of these because okay, it's the first night. But moving on from next week, Monday, if you are not here when we're supposed to be at most by 8:30, I apologize for my role in this. I don't know what was wrong with my system, was all of a sudden acting up. So by 8:30 next week, we're not all here. Whoever is present will make it to the end of the class. I'm sorry if that sounds harsh or mean, but I mean it's 12 sessions, 12 weeks. We could at least just put our best foot forward, right? Myself inclusive. So moving on, this is the Family Systems Engineering Personalized Coaching Program. It's going to be on for the next 12 weeks, like we have said and reiterated. I'm just going to walk you through what you should be or would be expecting. And using I sent you the model, the photo of the model to the group earlier today. Could you please just look at it so that I'll walk you through it? That's basically what we're talking about, setting intentions or expectations. I'm going to take your questions and then we'll call it a night. Sounds good? let's begin. The first part on the model shows, are you out there? If you're there, if you're looking at the model, just type yes in the comments so that we'll be on the same page. It's on the group chat. I'm just going to tag you on it now so that you would okay. Are you there? If you're there, say yes. This is the only time I'm going to be doing this program for absolutely free, because like I said, I don't do the game of numbers. I don't think I was called to a multitude of people. I was called to the vital few, and because of the constraint to my time, I'm sorry, I'm not going to, I don't think I want to be doing, even when I'm running this as a paid program, I would not exceed 10 for the group coaching and maybe 5 for the one-on-one at every quarter. Of course, 12 weeks makes a quarter. Now, for the purpose of my certification, the I'm not, excuse me please, I'm trying to see if I can record this for those that are not here right now. Okay, no, we can send out the links. Okay. We are going to send some assessment tools to you. The assessment tools cover your marital assessment. What's the marital health check? What's the health status of your marriage? Is it in a threshold? Is it in coma? Is it good? Is it thriving, or what? So that we would know how to assist you. You're going to check your love languages. In what way do you prefer for love to be expressed to you? We're going to check your personality types. Who are you and why do you act the way you do? We're going to check your belief systems. What do you really believe in? Because beliefs are a great driver of our actions and how we interact with other people. And we're going to, as a bonus from me to you, I say thank you for being here. We're going to do your marital formation. What sort of formation do you have as a couple? And however that is, whatever it is, we're going to help you. We're going to walk you through the model for a dream team so that you can begin from here on out to live or work towards it. That said, the entirety of the program, okay, no, let me put it this way. The answers to the questions from the assessment are subject to review by the team that will certify me. However, all your names are going to be redacted. I am going to ensure anonymity by making sure that your names are not written out according to what you have put in the test. That doesn't mean that you should you should lie on the assessments or not tell the complete truth, because I'm not going to be able to help you. All right, I won't be able to help you well if the information you're giving me is not true. Now, it's not to judge you, it is to ensure that I served you in the best capacity and that I am certifiable. All right. From the much you know about me, you know that I am going to give it my absolute best, and that's why you're committing your time to me, and that's why you're trusting me to do this with you. So every session is supposed to be confidential. However, the tests are subject to scrutiny. Did you test what you say you were going to test? Were you able to interpret the tests correctly? Your name is redacted. Anonymity is very much there. So, for instance, if Miss Fola's assessments come back to me, I am going to change her name completely, so nobody is going to know other than myself and herself that it was Miss Fola that filled this form. Is that okay? Does that make sense to you? Please drop notes in the comments for me so I'll know that you're getting me. Is that okay? Is that clear? I needed to say that over and over again so that you would understand. Are we good with that? Are we good with that? Please drop in the comments. If you're good with it, say yes, yes, yes. Let's go to the model and get done with it. Are we good? I'm not seeing your comments. Is that from my end or? Okay, thank you, Mr. Josh. Yes, yes, yes. I can see your chats now. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Beautiful. Now that we have gotten that out of the way, trust me, I am going to keep my word. Believe me, I'm going to. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, we've talked about the on the model we have pre-tests and debriefs, right? I'm going to send you the schedule for the entire program so that you know what you are going to expect for every week. The first one tonight, I'm going to send you your the tests. You're going to answer the questions. They are Google forms. You're going to answer the questions and submit. Now, after submitting, I'm going to write you a report. That report alone, that session, assessment and debrief, is something we are ordinarily supposed to charge a lot for, because with the reports, any smart person can sit down and work up something for themselves. Imagine running a full diagnostics and getting the report. That's a separate offer on its own from what we're even giving, right? Now, after writing your report, next comes the debrief. The debrief is not going to be on a generalized call like this. My team is going to send you a calendarly schedule so that you pick a day and a time that is convenient for you, right? According to the time or chance that I have on my schedule to, so that we'll hop on a call. I would rather maybe WhatsApp video call so that you will ease off. So you hop on a call so that I would interpret your results to you. That's a debrief. The results of the debriefs are not a sentence. They are just to make you understand. It's like going for a test. You get your results from the lab, you take it to a doctor, and the doctor tells you, okay, because of this result, or by reason or virtue of this result, this is what and what is going on. After the debrief, we will now come back to class. Everybody's going to get debriefed individually. So you're going to ask me questions. It's one-on-one. Like, who does that? See the way I'm loving up on you people, right? I'm not saying thank you on the chat, but it's okay. One-on-one debrief, it's going to be a brief one, but it's going to be detailed, right? I would share the reports with you so you have them with you while we're discussing, so you can ask questions. So between the time you get your results or your reports and when your session with me is scheduled, you can go through it, make yourself familiar with it, so that you can ask me relevant questions. Now, after the debrief, we're going to now come all together again and we'll do our trauma elicitation and healing. I would advise that you buy your tissue boxes because, oh my God, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. The person who's taking you through this session is more than capable, is more than qualified for it. I would not bring him on board if if he was not competent enough to do this with you. So it's going to come at no cost to you at all. So trauma elicitation and healing. Now, before he comes in for that session, there's such a thing, the tool we use called the tree of life. That tree is just meant to get you to think, exhume from your subconscious the things you ordinarily did not know were buried deep down there. When you hear the name of your brother, what emotions come to mind? Your father, your mother, your sister, every one of your sibling. What is your what are your likes? What are your dislikes? What are your talents? What We're just going to go analytical on you so that you consciously, deliberately, and intentionally think about yourself. So we're going to draw it in form of a tree. The roots, the trunk, the branches, the leaves, and the seeds all mean different things. I'm going to drop that before the session so that you familiarize with it. All right, I'm going to tell you how to do that. Now, with the tree in mind and all the emotions that have come up, you are now going to go on this session with him. Of course, we won't leave you with all the emotions floating now. That's why it's not just trauma elicitation, there's healing too, right? The next one is dream team coaching. Now, after the trauma and elicitation process, I'm going to discuss with the team, so we'll see how best to serve you with the dream team coaching part. I hope that okay, probably before or after tonight's call, I would discuss with the team, because there are some questions in the dream team elicitation that would require me talking to you probably one-on-one again. Would work out the modality and will communicate accordingly, so that there are some parts you may not be able to answer on Google Forms that may need us talking, right? Okay, I'll read up the questions to you. We'll figure out a way to make it easier for you. I would always prefer a situation where everything is almost seamless and very, very much effortless, so that you not be bored, so that you not be fatigued, so that you not be overwhelmed. After that, we'll do the dream team coaching. The dream team is one you should aspire to have. What's a dream team? How do you go about forming one? Right? We'll walk you through all that. Then there is the idealized family session. What is an ideal family for you? You see, these things are personal. That's why I say personalized thing. So that you're not copying my notes, you're not copying the next person's own. If an ideal family for you is one in which you slap each other, draw it up so that it slaps. You're using to greet each other in the morning, you're using to say good night to each other. That's ideal to you, right? That's personal for you. That's what you want. So we're going to walk you through the steps for creating an idealized family system, one that is unique to you. The next one is your family governance system. In your family, who is going to do what? Who's going to be regarded as the head of family? You see, there's some families in which, yes, the man is the head of the home, but we know that it's the woman that is in charge. She calls the shots, she does everything. Even the man is afraid of her. Your family governance system, whose job is it to do what, so that everybody knows like clockwork what is expected or demanded of them. Do you understand? Nobody's talking to anybody about anything because you already know. So when you are getting help, you're not just getting, let's say you want help in your home, and what you're looking for is somebody to take care of the children. You would know specifically that that's the role you're trying to fill, because your family governance system specifies that. There's specificity, you know, the values, you know, the skills that you're looking for. For us as a family, we hire character and we train skill. We hire character and we train skill. By that I mean that sometimes the person we're getting may not have all the qualifications. Does not mean that to be 0/100. Probably he or she has up to like 50%, but has the character we are looking for. I have a training system that turns out what we want or need in like 90 days. I can put you through what we need as a family in 90 days. I think it's just once on one occasion that I was able to find that that system didn't work. And we took note of why it did not work as a family. Do you understand? We took note of why, we gave it time, and after a while, the person picked up and did excellently well. So this system helps you to know what round balls to put in what round circles. Now, these things, it was not like there were systems from the get-go. There are some things that you do over time that now come like, naturally to you like second nature. We fail to document these things. DDK calls them replicable genius. We fail to realize that, oh, something may have led to this that made it so awesome. How do we capture? How do we document so that we can repeat them again so that they can become replicable? You see, when you are able to document these things, you can now have them as far parts of your family constitution that we'll talk about later, that you can bequeath as part of your lasting legacy. Sorry, please, if you hear that dropping noise, it's my ice maker that is distracting. I apologize for that because the weather is really very, very hot. We have to have ice churning out every single time. So I'm sorry for the noise, especially for those of us that are very, very sensitive to noise that are on this call. We probably will turn it off for a while so it's not distracting because it's really distracting. It's really distracting to me. So I'll have someone turn it off, then we can go on. Thank you very much for understanding. Now, we've talked about your family governance system, who's in charge of what, is going to do what, at what frequency, and that's that. Family harmony coaching. A lot of families struggle with sibling rivalry, not just sibling rivalry. There's rivalry between siblings, there's rivalry between you and your spouse, right? Rivalry between you and your staff. There's so much rancor going on. So your family harmony coaching, you are going to decide what harmony means to you, what skills you need to teach to get your family to that place of harmony, and how you continue to maintain and build up on it over time. Now, all of these things we're going to document. They're not going to be sealed on stone. They are going to be ever evolving, right? Because life is not the same. Yesterday is definitely different from today, and today will be different from tomorrow. Next week, Monday, will not exactly be the same, even if they are both Mondays, right? So it's not something you are married to or something that you are sown to. It's something that would evolve as seasons and times change in your family. So it will now be a part of something you gather together at family meetings, whether you decide for that to be weekly or monthly or quarterly or yearly. You can now decide to come back again and review what you have. You see, when you have now learned that being kind in Nigeria means that people think you are a goat or they want to use your head, you will now stipulate the terms of your kindness. There was a time we were only giving, I think we would only give permission for our staff to travel. We saw that it was a problem. They were feeling boxed in, there was no room to go out. We now designed the system wherein, okay, I always promise vulnerability in my coaching programs or in my shows, but oh my god, it's difficult, especially because I love being private to know. In my home, we have 4 people who are about around the home. Mm, I'm going to have a vulnerability hangover after this. But of course, if I don't tell you as it is, maybe you'll not learn that much, right? Because you may not be able to relate with me if I'm not being authentic. So I'll risk the hangover. There's somebody whose job it is to clean outside the home, right? That's his job. Probably walk the dogs sometimes. Then there's somebody whose job it is to take care of the children and everything that concerns them. Someone who assists me in the kitchen, everything that concerns food and groceries, and of course everything kitchen related. And now there's somebody that helps me out. Okay, that's somebody that is the housekeeper, takes care of the house and doubles as my personal assistant around the home. Where I'm sitting right now, she made sure everywhere was set up before I came down. She takes care of my meals and all. There was a time where we had only one person. I was doing much of the work still. There was no time to do a lot. At the end of the day, I'm burned out because I'm helping to do dishes, I'm taking care of the children, I'm juggling everywhere, right? There was a time we had two, and one Christmas, guess what? Two of them said, Christmas Eve, two of them said, one said her stomach was paining her, the other one said she wants to carry her home. That's how they left too. I will come the next day. I said, Christmas Day, don't worry, just come on the 26th, at least the road will be the roads may be safer then. That's how auntie left too. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. We were calling every day. I had one tiny baby then and two other kids to look after. Oh my God. And we had just moved houses. So we went back to our systems and reviewed and said, you know what? Some will not work. Oh. We had one person. The person upped and left. I just had the baby like 2 months after a cesarean section. If you can relate, just please leave a sign, leave anything in the comments because I know I'm not the only one. I'm not alone in this. This helps matter. So we got two, and two of them left. It took, you see, it was painful. Imagine after having planned your life, and the children were meant to resume in January. There was no one. It was tough. We finally now reached out to a lot of friends, from different cities. They finally now brought. Yeah, Veronica, see you sign. But then I brought us someone, and then we told ourselves there and then that never again, nobody will hold our systems around something like this because we're no longer see, we're excellent because our systems are working. When I say you don't rise to the level of your goals, that you fall to the level of your systems, this is what I'm saying. Imagine planning the entire term. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, and there's nobody to help you out. No, I'm not a Hebrew woman. No. Don't make me a role model. I'm like, yeah, call me lazy if you want. But if you have a lot of things going and you want to be able to serve not just in your home front, you have to fulfill purpose or carry out your purpose, guess what? You would need help. You would need help. So we now decided as a family that would get three people so that there's no harm now, even if it's jazz, all three of them don't leave at once. Something is wrong somewhere. Do you understand? So we now got three. So what we now do is at every point in time, there must always be two people around during the holidays. They go off at intervals. This person goes away for a few days, then the other person, the other two are around. That gave us peace. That leaves me time to do this with people. As I speak right now, my kids are in bed, right? Did our night prayers, they are tucked in bed. Whatever else is going on is part of our shut. We have a shutdown protocol. Everybody observes it, right? Whatever is going to be made tomorrow, everything has been prepared ahead so that mornings are not chaotic. These are systems we have to continue to. Oh, that was a lot. Oh my God, see my life outside. Oh well, I hope nobody was listening. But if you were listening to what I just said, please keep it to yourself. Yes, 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 yes. Did you get? So now that I'm telling you some back end to the story, you understand now. So before we even did this, I had to call my assistant in the house and say, you know what? Okay, first, my executive assistant is here. That one is she's always on my neck and all. We have to work out my schedule. Okay, look at the schedule that is working right now. Let us look at the spaces in between that can help me serve while this coaching program is running. The reinvention and self-mastery one is going live tomorrow. How do I commit to serving without dropping any balls, without being absent from the home front? We drew out a calendar. So I'm not coming here to come and sit down and do this, and there are lapses in my system. Do you understand? I don't take contacts without checking first. Do I have the time? Do I have the energy? According to the times and seasons and the calendar in my life right now, can I take this on? I don't want to serve the world and be like the needle. My mom always say, "Don't be a needle." The bomb bomb. After sewing everybody's bomb bomb, after sewing everybody up, he has a hole in his butt. I am not a needle. Let me sit in the chat right now. I am not a needle. Say it your full chest. I am not a needle. You are not a needle. So that always drums in my mom had a parable for about everything. So let me sit in the chat so that anytime you want to take on the task that you have no business doing, that you have not built the systems around, remind yourself that you are not a needle. I'm going to wait. While I sip water, put it in the chat. I want to see it there. I am not a needle. Mm-hmm. Good liar, thank you. Kiss your brain, kiss your brain. You are not a needle. Is the only liar that is here? Where's everybody? I want to see it. I want to see it so that I'll hold you accountable to it. When you are now going to Sunday school to teach, when you know you're supposed to read your book. Very, thank you so much. You are not a needle. Don't be sewing other post bomb. I be sewing other people up and leave a hole in your butt. You are not a needle. I'm only seeing two. Where are the others? Come and tell me. You are not a needle. I'll wait. Hmm. I am not a needle. Where is Dr. Joy? You are not a needle. Where's Edem Siri? Edisa, yes, you're not a needle. Mr. Josh, you're not a needle. Miss Fola, of course, you are not a needle. Let's move on. So, you are checking, you are troubleshooting, you are making sure that everywhere is covered. It's not everybody that needs help. It's okay. It's not everybody that needs one or two. It's okay. But because of the uniqueness of what I'm doing, I run a podcast, I'm doing 2 certification programs. Excuse me, I'm going to be in a mentorship program for the next 12 months. There's so much going for me. I cannot do it all alone. I don't want one part to suffer. I don't see, I've been a stay-at-home mom for close to 10 years. And I know there's a part of me that wants to serve, that yearns for expression. So to be able to serve in that capacity, I would need for these things to be taken care of. Because, like I said, I'm not a needle. I don't want this part to suffer while the other one gains excellent expression. Neither do I want that part to suffer while I am doubling back. I'm doing a lot in the home front. So you may not need any help at all. That's good. That's okay. If your system works, it's fine. But just make sure that you're not burning out and that you are showing up and putting your best foot forward, right? So we've talked about the harmony system. Now we'll talk about the conflict resolution system. The mistake some of us make is that we just expect for peace to happen by default. Start putting things or systems in place to ensure that it can happen. We're going to talk about thank God I recalled. We're going to talk about the books we must compulsorily read now. When you buy these books, I'm not getting anything from you buying them. When you read them, I'm not going to get anything from you reading them. But you would help yourself a lot if you do. For the last month in this program, you're going to read Atomic Habits, right? So that, yes, it will be like a lot of these things we're talking about are, oh my God, it's going to take a lot of work. But no, because Atomic Habits teach you by atom, the smallest unit of a molecule, right? When you now split things out to very tiny bite sizes, you make it easy, you make it convenient, you make it very, very accessible. Guess what? You'll be able to do it easily. So for every book we're going to recommend, all you need to do for the ones that are 300 pages, all you need to do is read 10 pages in the morning. Wake up in the morning, say your prayers, pick up your book before the day gets busy. Read 10 pages, read. I still do. I will still do. I have my books for the quarter. My COO has bullied me and said, you know what, these are the books you must read for the business in this quarter. I was supposed to even submit them to him today. He just had to go someplace before coming to work. At the end of the day, Bill Gates still reads. Warren Buffett still reads. So don't tell me that you don't like reading. There are recorded audiobooks, the authors of books recorded and put on YouTube. Find them. There are places you can legally and ethically get books. Please go and look for them. Because that you're not reading or you don't like to read, it's not something you want to pass on as part of your legacy. You must read. I'm not saying you please, you should. I'm not even begging you. You must read. You must read. It is very, very, very compulsory. We've dropped the list of books in the group already, but there's one we're supposed to replace. That one at your convenience, yes, you can read it. But my team and I discussed and my team and I discussed it, and we said we should change the very first one on the list. We should replace it with the myth of normal by Gabor Mate. The two of them are good, but this one is more case use specific for you. Benefit a lot more from a balanced perspective. You can still go with the first one on the group page and you read it. So we're beginning with that in April. So beginning from tomorrow, I've told you there are books on YouTube legally available for you to read, right? Go and look for the audio book if it's the audio that you can find. Go around your books, the bookstores around you. If you have to order on Amazon, go ahead. Please, Omolaya, forward this to the group, The Myth of Normal by Gabor Mate. Then highlight the other books so that everybody would see them and get them ready. All right. Beginning from tomorrow, you are reading The Myth of Normal by Gabor Mate. 10 pages a day. If the book is 300 pages, 10 pages a day, and by the end of the month, you're done. If it is 400 pages, 15 pages a day. If you don't want to read 15 pages at a go, split it into 10 in the morning, 5 before you go to bed. Work out a system that works for you, but it is compulsory that you read. It is very, very compulsory. Conflict resolution. What is your peace plan? How are you going to resolve conflict? For me, I am not a juror. I'm not the juror. I'm not a juror. I am not the jury. I am not a judge. I'm not an executioner. I'm not a policeman. Don't come and report to me. We have taught them negotiation skills. We have taught them peace. We have taught them peace skills, peace as a skill. We have taught them effective communication skills. So use those skills to walk through your conflict. It is only when it is like you cannot absolutely resolve it that you can come. Now we have a sibling harmony and mentorship system where the youngest one is accountable to the middle one. The middle one is accountable to the older one. The older one can now reach out to their nanny. They cannot reach out to me. So it is when you have passed through all the the rungs of the ladder, you can bring it to mommy and we'll talk about it. Because I realized that they will come and report to you. You will now support one person. The person that came to report will now be saying, oh, sorry, that mommy did this to you. My man, I'm like, wait, oh. So I'm now the bad person, she should be. You now use me to settle. You now use me to settle, she. Does that happen to you? Really, please. Let me see it in the comments. If it happens to you, please. I don't want to believe that I'm alone on this one. When I used to settle, they're not telling each other sorry, yeah. I don't look like the witch inside. So I'm like, okay, will it work, Rara? It won't work. It will not work. People will have to settle yourselves. So I told them, should I die today? If I pass, guess what? You people will still, you will live in peace. Remember, we're trying to train them up in the way they should go so that when they are old, do not depart from it, right? Conflict resolution. We are going to work out a conflict resolution plan. You're going to sit with your family. How do we resolve conflicts in this home? Yes, that I'm angry with you does not mean that I will not give you food. That I'm mad at you does not mean I will not greet you. It is a misunderstanding we have. We're not fighting each other. All right. The next one is family culture implementation. What are you going to do annually? What are you going to do quarterly? What are you going to do monthly, weekly, daily, and throughout the day, maybe hourly? You're going to come up with all of those so that your children would always have something to look forward to. You see, children thrive a lot on routines. They want to be, yes, it's Fola, thank you. So they want to know what to expect. Yes, surprises and spontaneity are good, but they feel more secure when they have routines that they can look forward to. All right. So what culture will be obtainable in your home? It doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be expensive. All right. Going out every Sunday to buy sticks here, 500 naira, be something that makes them want to wake up, get up and go to church on Sunday. Do you understand? Can be something that makes them want to go to mosque on Friday. Having to go out on Saturday evenings and just go on a stroll. You don't have to pay for that now. So when people use money as excuse, I'm saying resources are not the problem, right? You need to learn to be resourceful. Do you understand? So what culture would you have in your home? The way you talk, language is part of your culture, decision making, your values, all these are parts of your culture, right? Your family constitution, part of your family governance system. All of these you have put together your ideal family, your conflict resolution plan, your family harmony plan, your family governance. We now go into your family constitution. What types of songs will you listen to? What shows will you watch? What skills will you teach? What life skills will you teach your children between now and 18 when you launch them into the world? You have your pre-launch, you have your launch phase, you have your test launch, and then you have your launch phase when it comes to parenting, right? When they are 18 is when you are launching them into the world as adults, where they can now make independent decisions for themselves that are legally binding or obligatory. What are these things going to be? Imagine a life where you don't have to talk every single time. Most of the big decisions have been made ahead of time. You just refer everyone. Like, somebody is not doing what they're supposed to do, I just refer you to the handbook. We have a handbook for staff. Your remuneration plan, your continuous development plan, your character development plan, your task roles. You don't tell me you don't know what you're supposed to do. So when there's any deficiency, in fact, it's part of the questions for interview. It's part of the plan. I have a big note like this for home management decisions. They go in there. We have to be intentional. We have to be deliberate. These things, it does not just happen. And finally, a new nation is launched. A new nation is launched. You're launching a new nation when you gather together after you have worked up the constitution. Oh my God, this is what we live by as a family, and then you launch it. As we continue to progress together, I think there are certain courses I would need to teach. Some may be free, some may not be. That would help you, because I had to learn my children's love languages. I had to learn their learning styles. Maybe I'll have to teach you how to figure all of those out much later. That's not part of this program, right? Remember, I said, well, we're going to make it easy and make it in such a way that it will not overwhelm you, right? You launch your new nation. That can now be your family's Independence Day, probably the 5th of February or January, whenever it is you've decided. You hold a party and say this is a nation, a formidable one. And you're going to write in your constitution who your allies are going to be. Which families are you currently connected with? Which families are you looking to connect with that you would have family traditions with? Because these are part of the things that you bequeath, the networks you bequeath to your children. So this year, as a family, we are looking to connect with ABC and D family, right? So that to be part of your networking plan, you must always add new families to your network list for the year. Me, I know the families my family is going to connect with. I'm the chief relationship officer in our family. I go through the list. I'm like, this family makes sense. We would learn a lot from being connected with them. Okay, how are we going to get close to them? It's not transactional. Those that know me know that I'm big on honor. I'm not being, I'm trying not to, yeah, I'm fighting vulnerability hangover saying this. When I build relationships, I pour into that. There are a few people on this call who attest to that, but please don't say anything. Don't say anything. All right? Don't say anything. Don't put anything in the chat. You cannot be coming from a handicapped place to someone of value. To be like you're coming to beg them, you're coming in a beggarly manner. Now, broken relationships, you don't even have to use gold necklaces or earrings. You don't have to use expensive stuff. What values do you have to give? There's always something someone needs. What relevance would you have in their lives? How would their lives begin to change or be different by virtue of your presence in it? That way you become indispensable. So by associating with that family, guess what? They would also bless you because you have positioned yourself as a blessing, not a parasite and not a leech. Now, having gone through all of this, I'm going to admonish you. 12 weeks, of course, 12 sessions is just 110 plus 2, right? Make out time. No excuses given. Make out time to do this. Do it for yourself. I don't think it's coincidence that you are here on this call tonight, or that you were picked to be amongst the 12 that we're doing this with. So tell yourself, I'm going to make use of these gifts. I'm going to do it not just for me, but for my generations to come. They would remember me as that grandpa or that great grandma that did this for them. You see that you're going to be living from a place of calm, no competition, and so much deliberate, intentional, hyper focus, right? You know the skills you're going to learn in a year. For this next coming quarter, I am learning to network better. As good as I am with you, I want to learn to network better. There are systems I need to build in my business. I need to learn to do better. There are things, see, what I'm going to learn, the areas I'm going to focus on each year, they have long been decided. Since 2023, that plan has been in place. So when you are bringing new books or courses to me, if they do not match up with what I'm supposed to be doing that year, I'm sorry. You see, you have made one decision in the past that makes 1,000 decisions easier. I know what colors I am intentionally adding to my wardrobe this year. So no matter, yeah, I love fabric. Yes, I love to do good. No matter how beautiful that particular one is, if it doesn't fit into my wardrobe palette or the color structure I'm using for the year, it will go. There's this brand I bought bracelets a lot from. Okay, I got this set from her a lot from last year. It was as if I was buying every other week, because what I do is I lump up my needs and tackle them one at a time. So when I have clothes need, I tackle clothes. It's jewelry, I tackle. Do you know, it got to a point, they sent me a message that they just wanted to check on me. I said, because I bought other anything in the last 3 months, Abby, so I've already settled that need. Now I can focus on other things. I learned that from a schoolmate of mine. When she has money, she'll buy the things that she needs. When she's broke, you'll not even notice. And she'll say, now that I need shoes, I'll buy like 200. The day you now bring shoes to me, when I finish buying, no matter how beautiful they are, I won't be tempted. And she was true to it. It was something to learn, it's something to emulate. I took it from her. So, however beautiful the jewelry on her page is right now, it don't concern me, because I already have gotten the ones that I need. I'm not saying that I don't still indulge once in a while. We're humans, right? There's no perfection here. We're just striving towards excellence. I'm saying it's not be like, okay, when it was a me thing. So I can show up at any point looking all prim and put together, because I've made these decisions in the past. If it makes sense to you, you can borrow that too. Because I'd always tell the story and attribute it to Esther Iyanle, because I learned it from her. I'm going to stop here today and allow you ask your questions. So please, if you have any questions, leave them in the chat concerning the program, concerning anything else you want us to see. But please, vulnerability is a lot for me. You know, I'm not trying to, I'll never come to you as somebody that's sitting on a high horse and that is perfect and has it all figured out. We are still all learning on the journey, right? Every single day comes with throws its own challenges at us, and we're constantly learning to not just manage them or be surviving. We're learning to thrive. There are still things I struggle with. There are still things I'm trying to learn, right? So please, to the much that I can say publicly, I would answer, because there are some things I would rather keep to ourselves as a family, correct? I know there are things like that for you too, but the much that I can answer and be vulnerable with, I would say. So for the times where I cannot be that, like I cannot overshare, I don't want to, please understand with me, all right? Because while I am being a public figure, being in the public purview, I still want to be able to have a private life, one that is personal to me and indeed to my family. And when I don't have their permission to share, or whatever I'm sharing is going to put them on an awkward spot or put so much spotlight on them, I won't share. But that does not mean that I'll not make references to what would help you. I'm just saying, give me grace, or extend grace to me if that is the case. So if you have any questions, let's quickly take them. So we'll round up and then you go and do one or two things before you go to bed tonight. Any questions? Please leave them in the chats. Any question? Are we? Did you sleep off? Hope my voice did not lull you to bed. I was not singing you a lullaby, was I? Any question? I'm waiting for your questions, please. No questions? Remember, I said by next week, we're just going to settle with the few people, even if it's 5 people we have, that are going to commit to this process, all right? It's a legacy matter we're discussing here. So if we won't be present to discuss it in the end, I don't think there's any point. So 12 sessions, if think about it, if you paid for the session, will you be here? If you paid for the session, will you be here? So we're going to send the assessments like we said. Okay, the essence of questions. We'll be rounding up. If you once you get to the questions, please answer them and send back. So to give us time enough to work on your report because it takes a lot of time. See, when you receive the report, I think each person's report is going to be like 13 pages. I'm not even exaggerating. I've done reports for clients before. One person's report, 13 pages. It's a lot of work, believe me. 13 times 12. Do the math. It's going to take you a while. So answer the questions immediately and send them back to us. Then the team and I will work out the modality for the dream, for the family marital formation part, and then we'll communicate with you adequately. Those that were not in class today, I think you excuse me, I think you owe me a written explanation of why you were absent. Really, I don't know. It's the least I can get for doing this with you people, right? Because you showed commitment, and that's why we picked you. There are a lot of people in the general community that have benefited from this, but we singled you out from the lot and said, okay, we want to give you this gift. So if you were not going to accept it or be present and show up for it, well, you would have passed on it, right? But that you accepted means that you were ready to make the time commitment to get this done. So we are asking that you put your energy where your mouth is and commit. Think about it. If you paid for this session, will you be present for it? This is the only time in my lifetime I'm going to be doing this for free. I'm saying this with all humility because I know the value we are offering here. Each session alone, 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 find out. I could give you contacts, call and ask them how much would you charge me to do this session. Let alone 12 together and then the one-on-one in between. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to doing this again with you same time on Monday next week and for the rest of the quarter. Happy new month in advance. Get your book and start reading already. You have no excuse not to. All right. I believe in you. If not, I won't be here at this time of the night and I should be doing something else with you. I am proud of you. I know you can do this. I know you've got this. I am rooting for you. I am praying for you. Believe me, I am. That this will make not just make sense, will be the beginning of many amazing things to come in your life. In your life, personally and generally as a family. Thank you so much for the gift of your time, for moving things around to be here, for making sacrifices to be present. I apologize very sincerely again for the technical issue I had before we and then coming in for beginning later here trying to figure it out. Truth be told, full disclosure, my husband had to step in to help me out with the system. If not, would have resorted to maybe using the iPad or my phone. Thank you so much for being patient through it all. Thank you so much for the sacrifices you make to make your family better, to make yourself better. I celebrate you. I believe in you. I'm proud of you. Until we meet again, same time next week. Stay excellent, like we always say in the Lori Brand podcast, and keep living or parenting today with tomorrow in mind. It's Fola. Thank you, Edesiri, this Mr. Josh, Vero, Miriam. These are the names I saw on the chat tonight. And please don't be shy when you are here. Please, please, please communicate. I'm shy. Does not even. It's so 19th century. Try and break out of it. Okay, that should be a significant. Dr. Joy. Thank you too. That should be a significant part. Like for you too, that you broke that jinx, you showed up and you stood out, you came correct. Thank you so much again for your time. We'll continue conversations in the group chat. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.